For the first time since 2005, the Saints have uncertainty at quarterback after the retirement of Drew Brees. New Orleans is going to have a competition for the starting role this offseason between Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston. One of those two not only has more experience, but he has led the league in passing yards, made a Pro Bowl, and been named the Pepsi Rookie of the Year. Whether you like it or not, Jameis Winston is the future of New Orleans in 2021, and this may be his breakout year. The last time Jameis Winston started was for the Buccaneers in 2019, in a year that he impressively threw for 5,100 yards and 33 touchdowns. But it was his 30 interceptions that he tossed up that led to Tampa Bay moving on. During the offseason, Winston not only had offers, but he had offers with pretty solid money according to reports. Constantly compared to Winston after going 1-2 at the 2015 NFL Draft, Marcus Mariota was actually on a 2-year, $17.6 million deal just to back up Derek Carr. Winston decided to opt against all the money and instead signed for only $1.1 million for a year in New Orleans, choosing instead to play under the guidance of Drew Brees and Sean Payton. With Brees retiring, now Winston is in a quarterback competition against Taysom Hill. The former first overall pick is the favorite to win the job, and he absolutely should. Hill has been one of the most intriguing players in the league over the past 3 years, described as a Swiss Army knife. He can really do anything. Be used as a running back, stretched out wide at receiver, or even put behind center at quarterback, and he's especially great at just being a physical runner. Hill is one of the reasons the Saints offense has been so lethal recently, and taking him out of his Swiss Army knife role limits how dangerous the offense is. Hill can be used anywhere, and he can keep defenses guessing. Sticking him only at quarterback is a huge waste. Sean Payton once brought in Taysom Hill, and he used his strengths perfectly to make him a viable weapon. That's what Payton is so good at, being an offensive mastermind. The playbook the Saints are working with in 2021 is probably going to be completely different depending on which of the quarterbacks actually win the competition. Payton is willing to do whatever is necessary to play to a player's strengths, but at the end of the day, he loves to throw the football. Winston has had his trouble making good decisions, as we all know, but there is no doubt that he can produce at a high level, already knowing the system. Winston showed up to New Orleans in an offseason that didn't really have a preseason, and a lack of practice and activities due to COVID-19. Now, Winston has had a full offseason, and he already has a full year in the system. In terms of age, Winston is 27 and Hill is 30, which could be another parameter that some people look at, but honestly, I don't think either one really matters since they're both in their final year of their contract, which makes the situation even more interesting. At the end of the day, the Saints can try out both guys, and even if Jameis Winston is still a turnover machine or Taysom Hill just can't be the passer they need him to be, the Saints are in a good spot this next offseason to take a quarterback at the 2022 NFL Draft. For Winston, the number one question is going to be the obvious. Can he make better decisions than he did in Tampa Bay? Winston threw 88 interceptions in 70 games with the Buccaneers. The hope is that Winston learned under Brees and will be smarter with the ball. But the reality is that Taysom Hill was on pace to throw 32 interceptions over a 16-game season based on his 4-game performance when Brees was out in 2020. Taysom Hill, just in his short time playing, has shown that he doesn't have the ability to make the best decisions and hold on to the ball. Meanwhile, we know that Jameis Winston hasn't been able to do the same. Best case scenario for the Saints is that at least one of these guys can figure out how to make better decisions while in the pocket and being pressured. Jameis Winston's situation draws a bit of a parallel to Drew Brees when he first arrived in New Orleans. Brees was drafted by the Chargers, who later drafted Phillip Rivers, despite already having Brees on the roster. Brees ended up suffering a shoulder injury in 2005, tearing his labrum and suffering additional rotator cuff damage. Ultimately, the Chargers just didn't want to offer him a lot of guaranteed money, and then both the Saints and Dolphins were interested in free agency, but Miami was ultimately unsure about his shoulder's health, which led to him going to New Orleans. For Winston, he came into free agency with a lot of questions surrounding him. He's very talented. I mean, there's no doubt about that, but Could he ever make better decisions and limit his turnovers? There's still a lot of questions about his LASIK eye surgery he had ahead of 2020, but if he's suddenly better in New Orleans, I expect it to be due to coaching, not eye surgery. Tom Brady just threw the most interceptions he's thrown in a decade. That's just par for the course in that Bruce Arians heavy pass system. If Winston can revive his career right before a contract year, it wouldn't be the first time Sean Payton has changed the course of a quarterback's career. Teddy Bridgewater came to New Orleans in 2018 after being counted out following years of injuries in Minnesota. He got the opportunity to start for the Saints in 5 games in 2019 after Drew Brees went down with an injury. Bridgewater went 5-0 in relief and in the offseason inked a nice 3-year, $63 million deal with the Panthers. The Saints have been great without Brees before, and they very well could be again with Winston in his place. Aside from Winston and Hill, the Saints also feature former Broncos star Trevor Siemian and Ian Book. New Orleans' 2021 fourth-round selection impressed over his last 2 seasons with the Fighting Irish, throwing for 5,864 yards and only 9 interceptions to go with 62 total touchdowns. Look, Book won't win the job this offseason, but he is someone to look out for in New Orleans, with both Winston and Hill's contracts ending at the end of the season. Even if the Saints take a quarterback high in the 2022 NFL Draft, we could see Book getting starting shot at some point. Book is in a great spot just as well as Winston and Hill, thanks to the talent in New Orleans. Alvin Kamara is going to be a lethal weapon again at running back, serving as the rushing attack weapon and receiving security blanket for the starting quarterback. Michael Thomas has emerged as one of the best wide receivers in the league in recent years, and he will continue to demand a ton of targets. The retirement of Drew Brees opens a gigantic hole for the Saints, but all isn't lost. Sean Payton is considered an offensive mastermind for a reason, and he will be able to game plan according to whoever wins the starting job. Taysom Hill and Ian Book are both athletic freaks who can make an offense explosive, but at the end of the day, Jameis Winston has an elite arm and a ton of experience. If he can figure out how to make better decisions with the ball, we could see a major breakout in 2021. Thank you for watching to the end. If you enjoyed, please help us on our way to 100K by subscribing to the channel and hitting that bell notification so you never miss an upload. Once we hit 100K, we're going to be giving away an NFL jersey of your choice. To enter the giveaway, follow our Instagram at JDProdYT and tag us on your story with a screenshot of you subscribe to the channel with notifications on.